Hello and welcome, my dear friend. If you found this message tonight, it's because God has been watching the quiet heaviness sitting inside you, the kind you don't talk about, the kind you just carry, and He wanted to meet you in that silence before it becomes too loud. You're here because your spirit is tired in a way sleep hasn't been fixing. And somewhere deep inside, you can feel there's a reason for it. And you're right, there is. Spiritual exhaustion has a different texture than physical tiredness. It shows up as wanting to stay in bed all day. It shows up as losing interest in conversations you used to force yourself through. It shows up as craving quiet, craving stillness, craving a moment where nothing demands anything from you. You're not avoiding life. You're not falling behind. You're not unmotivated. My dear friend, you're tired of fighting, and God sees it. This isn't failure. It's fatigue from battles you never asked for, but fought anyway. You held yourself together during seasons that took more from you than anyone knows. You carried relationships, responsibilities, and emotions that were far too heavy for one person. But you still kept showing up because that's who you are. And even when your spirit whispered, "I can't keep this pace anymore," you pushed through one more time, and then one more, and then one more. You kept praying, kept trying, kept pushing, kept holding everything together, even when your own strength felt like it was thinning out. God heard those whispers long before you admitted them to yourself. And right now, He's not correcting you or urging you to push harder. He's pulling you into rest. Not the kind of rest you collapse into. The kind where God steps in and says, "You've been holding too much alone. Let me carry the part that's been crushing you." You may have noticed it already. Your body has been slowing down before your mind understood why. Your energy feels unpredictable. Some mornings you wake up strong. Other days it feels like gravity doubled overnight. Even your thoughts feel quieter lately, like the noisy part of your spirit got unplugged. This may feel like burnout, but it's not. This is God guiding you out of survival mode. When a long season of spiritual warfare ends, the soul doesn't leap straight into joy. It loosens first. It exhales. It sits still so the pieces that scattered in the storm can come back together. That's why people around you don't fully get it. They think you're pulling back. They think you're less social. They think you're distracted. But the truth is, you're not distracted. You're recovering. You're not withdrawing. You're recalibrating. You're not avoiding life. You're giving your soul permission to heal from things it never got to rest after. And that healing requires stillness. It requires emptiness. It requires moments where you lie down longer than usual and let God touch places inside you that only rest can reach. Dear chosen one, rest is not spiritual laziness. Many times rest is a divine command. It's God pulling you away from the noise so He can reset the parts of you that battle damaged. Think of it like a device that overheated after too many tasks at once. It doesn't break, it goes into a protective shutdown, not because it's ruined, but because it's valuable. That's what God is doing in you. Your spirit isn't failing. It's switching modes, so the next version of you has a foundation that can last. And there's something very important you need to hear. When God pulls you into rest, it means a new chapter is near. He would never let you be this tired for no reason. He won't let your desire fade unless He's about to replace old routines with new direction. He won't let your spirit withdraw unless He's preparing a path your current strength can't walk yet. That's why He's slowing you down, not to punish you, to ready you for joy to come. Your tiredness is not the ending, it's the turning point. Before we go deeper, my dear friend, let me gently ask you, if this message is speaking to what you've been feeling, the heaviness, the confusion, the desire to lie down and breathe, take a second to like and share this message. There are other chosen ones right now, wondering why they feel the same exhaustion, and you may help them understand it before they blame themselves for something sacred. But for now, pause and let this truth settle into your spirit. You're not losing yourself. You're not becoming someone you don't recognize. You're not failing your purpose. God is pulling you into rest because you survived something that required more strength than you'll ever give yourself credit for. And the one who watched you fight is now the one calling you to finally breathe. You know, sometimes the hardest part of being chosen is that people only see the moments where you look strong. They don't see the nights where your soul felt like it was unraveling. They don't see the moments where your body felt heavy for no reason. They don't see the quiet prayers you whispered, asking God to give you one more ounce of strength just to get through the day. But God saw every one of those moments, and He didn't overlook a single one. You were never meant to carry everything endlessly. You were never meant to wake up every day in survival mode. You were never meant to live in a state where your spirit was always bracing for the next hit. That's why this rest feels so different, because it's not just a break, it's a reset. There's a difference between being done and being drained. You're not done. You're being drained of everything that doesn't belong in your next season. The fear, the pressure, the noise, the expectations you never agreed to. And when God drains something from your life, it always feels like fatigue first, before it feels refilling. That heaviness you've been waking up with? It's not the end of your drive. It's your old energy dying off. That sudden need to lie down longer than usual? It's not weakness. It's your spirit releasing battles it never got to process. That desire to be quiet, to isolate a little, to disconnect from anything loud or chaotic. That's not you acting different. That's what healing sounds like inside the soul. Sometimes healing starts with feeling empty. Sometimes healing looks like nothing is happening at all, but internally, everything is shifting. Because God doesn't rebuild you while you're running. He waits until you slow down. He waits until the noise fades. He waits until the exhaustion becomes undeniable. Only then does He say, "Now I can touch the parts of you you've been protecting for years." And this is what I want you to understand clearly tonight. Rest is part of your calling. It's not optional. It's not weakness. It's not delay. It's what makes the next chapter even possible. If you don't rest, you can't receive. If you don't slow down, you can't hear. If you don't step back, you can't notice where He's trying to take you next. Your spirit already knows this. That's why your body is forcing you to pause. That's why even small tasks feel heavier than usual. That's why your old routines feel foreign now, because God is detaching you from the life you were surviving, not living. And this is the part most people never talk about. When God pulls you into rest, He also pulls away certain people, certain habits, certain environments, not to isolate you, but to insulate you, to guard the work He's doing in you, to keep your heart from being overstimulated by what He's removing from your future. Your tiredness isn't ruining your progress. It's revealing your direction. You're entering a season where your spirit won't tolerate what drains you anymore, where your peace becomes louder than other people's expectations, where God Himself becomes the pace setter of your life. That's why He's softening everything inside you. That's why certain interests feel distant. That's why you find yourself craving simplicity, silence, and stability. Your soul is preparing you for the version of life you prayed for, the one that requires a healthier, calmer, more restored you. And I need you to hear this in the deepest part of you. You haven't fallen behind. You're not late. You're not being punished. You're being realigned. You're resting because the next phase of your calling needs a stronger foundation, not a faster pace. The kind of strength you're stepping into isn't built through constant motion. It's built through deep recovery. It's built through mental quietness. It's built through giving yourself permission to stop carrying everything alone. What's coming next requires clarity. It requires a heart that's not exhausted. It requires a spirit that's not leaking old wounds into new blessings. So if you've been wondering why your body feels done, why your spirit feels heavy, why you find yourself lying down longer than usual, it's because heaven is restoring you from the inside out. Your story doesn't end in exhaustion. Your story is moving towards something healthier, something holier, something that finally lets you breathe without feeling guilty for needing rest. Lift the pressure off your shoulders tonight. Let your spirit soften again. Let God refill what life has been draining from you. Because rest isn't your retreat, it's your preparation, and the version of you that's about to rise from this quiet season is the one you've been praying for your entire life. Thank you so much for taking this journey with me. If this message resonated, please like, share it with someone who might benefit, and subscribe to stay connected. Continue your awakening journey by choosing one of the videos on your screen that resonates with you the most. See you there.